Pittsburgh wide receiver Jordan Addison officially entered the transfer portal on Tuesday after speculation over the weekend. This is big because Addison is viewed as the best returning wide receiver in college football and is rumored to earn over $3 million through NIL. There's also been some drama as tampering may have occurred leading up to Jordan's name entering the portal from one of the more controversial coaches in college football today. What happens next and how the NCAA reacts could change the trajectory of college football for the next 5 to 10 years, and it is why this is an extremely important situation to keep an eye on. But not for the reasons you may think. Jordan Addison was born on January 27, 2002, and grew up with 6 brothers and 3 sisters. He's originally from Frederick, Maryland, outside the Washington, D.C. area. When he was 8 years old, he went around his family's Super Bowl party telling his mother he was going to go to the NFL. His mother believed in her son and told him he was going to make it one day. Addison attended Tuscarora High School, where as a freshman he played on varsity. After his sophomore year, he gave up playing basketball, which was another sport he could have excelled in beyond high school. The reason? He wanted to run indoor track to improve his speed because that would make him a better football player. Throughout his high school career, he played wide receiver, quarterback, and defensive back. As a senior, Addison averaged an impressive 21.8 yards per reception, compiling 25 catches for 544 yards and 8 touchdowns. Coming out of high school, Addison was a 4-star recruit who was the 10th best athlete and 275th best player in the 2020 recruiting class. He received over 12 different Division I offers from the likes of Maryland, Notre Dame, Pittsburgh, South Carolina, and Virginia, choosing to take his talents to the Steel City, becoming a Panther. As a true freshman at Pittsburgh, Jordan started 8 games, finishing with 666 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns, being named the 24/7 Sports True Freshman All-American and as the ACC's Rookie of the Year runner-up. During the 2021 season, he became Kenny Pickett's favorite target, racking up 100 receptions for 1,593 yards and 17 touchdowns. He lit up ACC defenses with his impressive speed, agility, and knack for getting open. His 100 receptions was a Pitt single-season record, and he finished second all-time with receiving yards and touchdowns behind former NFL great Larry Fitzgerald. Addison won the 2021 Biletnikoff Award, which is given to the top overall receiver in college football, over Jameson Williams and David Bell, and looked primed for another insane season at Pitt. Until about a few days ago, when he decided to enter the transfer portal. As of now, he is the best available transfer portal player with a rating of 97, which makes him the 5th best player during this cycle. Sources indicate that USC and Texas are expected to be involved in the pursuit of Addison. Several other power programs are also projected to enter the mix. Teams looking for a wide receiver spark in the transfer portal include Alabama, Georgia, Miami, among others. I just want to take a second and ask if you are enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more college football content. Also, let me know how you would solve the NIL and transfer portal issues in the comment section below. So why does this situation matter so much? Well, the NCAA implemented the transfer portal on October 15, 2018, providing athletes a path to explore their options. Players no longer needed to ask for permission from their coaching staffs in order to transfer. They merely needed to request that compliance enter their name. Per sources, there were 2,646 FBS players to enter their name in the transfer portal during the 2020-2021 transfer cycle. That's up from 1,692 in the 2019-2020 cycle and 1,717 in the 2018-2019 cycle. A few years back, when players jumped into the transfer portal, it was unknown whether they would be eligible to play or if they needed to sit out a year. The NCAA used to get themselves in trouble with how they provided a waiver to some players while other players would not be given the same waiver. So, they implemented a new policy that allowed student athletes to transfer once in their career without having to sit out a year. Enter name, image, and likeness, aka NIL. NIL was supposed to allow players to work with companies to promote products and earn money for their name and image. Let's just say NIL has not worked the way it was supposed to, and it has turned into more pay for play throughout its first year, which was an unintended consequence. The players have received a lot of flack for chasing the money, but I think it's hard to blame them. Who knows if they will make the league, and if they can earn life-changing money now, how can you blame them for not taking that money? Carl Reed from 24/7 Sports made a great point this week, mentioning the NCAA had decades to figure out how they were going to deal with this, but hid behind the idea of amateurism, which is the practice of an activity, especially a sport, on an unpaid rather than professional basis. I think everyone needs to stop judging the players and complaining about what they are doing and turn to the adults in the room. That includes NCAA leadership, boosters, agents, and even coaches. So let's talk about the NCAA leadership. The NCAA, if they want this to seriously work, need to create enforceable rules and start policing them. If a booster is found doing something wrong, ban them from the school. Agent reaching out to other coaches and boosters to see if they can get their client more money. If they enter the portal, ban them. Stop pointing the finger and saying this is wrong and actually do something about it. Along with that, hold everyone to the same standard, not laying the hammer down on one team and looking the other way for other schools because they are the big money makers, i.e. what we saw when the SMU and Ole Miss stuff happened a few years ago and a few decades ago. That brings me to coaches. Addison's offensive coordinator left for Nebraska, his position coach left to go to Texas, and his quarterback was just taken in the first round of the NFL draft. We scold players for jumping for better opportunities, but applaud coaches for doing it. Why is there a double standard? For Addison, this is not going to be an NIL bidding war, but rather what school provides him the best opportunity to get to the NFL. Where it gets complicated is the fact that there may have been tampering involved in the situation, and Pitt is not happy. Supposedly, Pitt coach Pat Narduzzi called USC's coach Lincoln Riley multiple times to express his displeasure over the Addison's potential transfer. Pitt officials suspect that tampering might have occurred. The potential for him to transfer to USC has emerged in part because Addison has a pre-existing relationship with star quarterback Caleb Williams. They are both from the Washington, D.C. area. It's not uncommon for players to reach out and recruit other players as a tactic, but that's been amplified with no longer being required to sit out a year for a player's first transfer. If illegal tampering did occur, then the NCAA must investigate the situation whether Addison ends up at USC or not. They need to lay the hammer down and set a standard that this will not fly in college football, because if you think that tampering isn't already occurring, just go look at the Isaiah Wong situation in college basketball. The NCAA needs to set a standard that it will not be tolerated and make a penalty severe enough that coaches, agents, and boosters won't be tempted to do it. Whether it's to make more NIL money or position himself better for the league, and whether it's right or not, it's hard to get mad at Addison, who's just trying to set himself up for the future. The problem is, he may get caught up in the crossfire of a crazy situation. But what do you think? How can the NCAA fix the issues surrounding NIL and tampering? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for daily college football content, and make sure to check out one of my other videos the algorithm knows you will love right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.